philosophy I like to go by is assume everyone is an arsehole until proven otherwise. I find that to assume the opposite is dangerous, assuming everyone is as nice and wonderful as they say they are, or make themselves out to be, only for them to reveal their true colours further along down the line. For this reason, I proceed with caution when in the presence of the overly nice and regard them as red flags. Sure, I acknowledge that many very nice people are just that, very nice and kind-hearted, but often this is precisely how people want you to perceive them, whilst their more selfish and exploitative agenda is at work behind the scenes. Conversely, often those who give off a bit of an arsehole vibe are actually good people, and ironically, frequently kinder than those who insist on virtue signalling and kissing your arse. They're just honest, unapologetically themselves, have nothing to prove, and do not need to pander to anyone for reassurance. I have more reason to be wary and suspicious of the cloyingly nice than the boisterous, the coarse, and the blunt. I can't help but think, what are you up to, and what is your goal here? Sure, people fawn, and we can examine the mechanics and inner workings of the fauna, as I've done many times in my writings, but this is an intellectual or philosophical pursuit, removing the natural, visceral, human reaction that isn't necessarily influenced by intellectual understanding. For this reason, I think the observation of phenomena ought to be separated into two camps, the perspective of insight and intellectual knowing, and that of the automatic visceral human response. My natural human response to fawning people who turn out to be selfish arseholes is that they annoy me. Simple, really. But this is wholly separate from the part of me which endeavours to understand, without bias or agenda or personal feelings, the underlying workings of unempathetic people who operate using a facade of virtue. If you are a fawner and a kind person in your heart, don't worry. This video isn't about you. Personally speaking, I'd rather a person with a soft heart and rough edges than a person with soft edges and a rough heart any day. Where people who present as very nice are often hiding inner arseholes, those who present as arseholes often possess within them very nice hearts. Life is full of ironies. Thus, don't assume everyone is nice only to be fucked over later. Assume everyone is an arsehole until proven otherwise. To conclude, when someone you think is an arsehole turns out to be kind-hearted and decent, it is often a most pleasant surprise and helps one to appreciate human decency and kindness a lot more and not take it for granted.